I have found a hidden gem. Manufacturers now only care about greed, a real testament to time. It never went wrong. It's crazy that a modern machine today can only last 5 to 7 years. It is absolutely ludicrous. They are deliberately manufactured now with obsolescence in mind, but yet this is still functioning at 110 years old. Hi, welcome to How to Repair. Well, as you know, I've just crossed over from Donegal in Republic of Ireland, and I've crossed over to Northern Ireland, where I've been visiting an appliance engineer here in the area who services the Derry County and also Belfast with domestic appliances. And that will be in another video. But I found this hidden gem in the corner of a bar which I'm staying at. Now, this bar is called Friels Bar, and it's in Swatragh, which is basically just over the border. I came here because they have a very good reputation for an excellent campsite, which I'll do another video on most probably. But the real reason I'm making this is I have found a hidden gem. This machine is 115 years old. It is a Red Star. It was actually designed by the Beatty Brothers, who were of Irish descent and then emigrated to Canada. They set up a company back in 1897, somewhere around that. They then started manufacturing these semi-automatics, which were manual automatics, of course. There was no motors around then. And they started exporting to Ireland and other places in Europe. And this machine still works to this day. If we put water and clothing in, it still functions. Yes, the actual roller for drying the clothes has worn, but you would expect that at 115 years old. But isn't it amazing that we could build stuff at the turn of the century that lasts 100 years, but yet manufacturers today can't produce washing machines that last 5 years? It is absolutely ludicrous. I thought the owner actually let me pull this out so I could make this video for you, because it is a very beautiful machine and still in full functioning condition. I mean, we'll have a look inside and I'll do some detailed pictures of this. The numbering system on this was 0149, and if we go across to the other side, you can see it was Fergus. It was built by the Beatty Brothers Limited, and it's still got good enameling. I mean, the only thing that's really wrong with this machine at the moment is the actual roller. It just needs new rubber on it, but it is in pristine condition. Look, all you have to do is lift the agitator up, then you're able to bring the handle across, and then you will be able to lift the lid. There's a mangle system here, and basically while this, I got to lift it up slightly, but basically while this is rotating, when the gear is down, and this basically allows the agitator to turn the clothing, exactly the same as a top-loading washing machine, except it never went wrong. As long as the person was still alive and pumping the handle, it would still wash your clothes, which is a lot more than can be said about modern machines today. I mean, it's such a simplistic gearbox system, and I will zoom in for you in a second. It also has a drain down plug at the bottom. It's all manufactured in wood. Some of it needs sort of, realigning again. It has been hidden in the corner here in the bar, and you need to lift this up to drop the lid back down. Then you drop that down, and all you have to do is turn the handle one way and the other way. This is the Red Star model. It's absolutely a beautiful thing to see. I mean, it is really when manufacturing at the turn of the century, the Industrial Revolution, really did start to shine. And this is the early concept towards our top-loading washing machines today. Normally they would have the agitator coming from the bottom, but this is such a simplistic design. It even has carrying handles for when you want to move the machine from one location to another. And when you consider how clumsy it is trying to move a washing machine, if you've ever got to move one, they think of everything with these things. Yes, the roller does need a lot of work, and I'm not going to try and turn the handle because the rubber here has fused together. And that's really because it's been out in the outside bar and exposed to ultraviolet. But it would be no problem at all to take these shafts out and get a new rubber system put onto it. And it might be worth the owner doing that. But it does really shine to show its age. Fantastic hinge systems all around. Let me grab the camera now and give you a detailed look at this machine. Now if you look in here, you actually have the gearbox mechanism. It all looks like original cogs. You can actually see some cracking on the cogs, and that's due to its age. And when you drop this shaft down, it actually locks into the gearbox. And if I lift this up slightly and start rotating this, you will be able to see the actual agitator turning. And this all is in functional condition. I mean, it is a real testament to the Industrial Revolution, and it's amazing how advanced it was when you consider this machine was made in 1910. A real testament to time. They even put handles on the actual side so you can move the machine from the storage area to the wash area when you want. It's such a great machine to look at, and that, you know, everything about it is not just only well enameled, it's also the engineering on the gearbox inside here is so simplistic, made to last the test of time. Now, when the handle is rotated, you can see the handle going up and down, and then the central part agitates. And these paddles were designed to actually turn the clothes in the water. All this wood has dried out really. I imagine it would be much more watertight if water was left in it on a regular basis. It's like all barrels, they tend to leak when they dry out. It's a crying shame that the actual rubber on the actual mangle is not functioning. I don't even want to turn the handle, I'm too frightened of damaging anything. But the gear mechanism that's in this is exactly the same type of gear mechanism that is in here. And we have to remember, this is 110 years old. So I'll just drop it down for you now, and then you'll be able to have a look from this side. So this actually, when you drop it down, locks it into the gearbox. Such a simplistic idea. I mean, it was built to last. And you know, this is much more than we can say with our modern appliances today. They are deliberately manufactured now with obsolescence in mind. And you know, it's crazy that a modern machine today can only last 5 to 7 years, but yet this is still functioning at 110 years old. I have to say it is in need of a bit of restoration. I'm suspecting the hinges are original, but it does look like they may have been repaired at some point. Some of these screws do not look original, but we have the original maker's ID stamp here, 0149 for the serial number. And then if we look on the top here and I rotate this round, you actually have different places here to actually put oil to lubricate the main cogs. And then I imagine that this one has to line up with that one, and this actually lubricates the main bar that then rotates through the system. The linkage is slightly worn. You can see a bit of movement there, but nothing that couldn't be restored to its former glory. A truly great piece of history, and it can be seen here at Friels Bar in Swatragh. They keep it tucked into the corner. It's not something you really want to play with, because it is a bit of not only laundry history, but it is a bit of Irish history as well, as the original founders were from Irish descent. Some of the woodwork looks like it needs a bit of loving care, shall we say. The rubber on the mangle totally needs replacing, but the gearbox and all the cogs hidden inside here just need a little bit of TLC, and you can actually see the handle, and I suspect that that handle is original, looking at the way the wood has aged. What a marvellous piece of history. Okay, I've been doing some research for you. Now, there was an actual patent on this machine which was patented in 1910. The Beatty Brothers, which were Matthew and George, started the company in 1874. I have only found a few bits of information on the internet with regards. The company, I think, was eventually amalgamated into another company, and that was around the 60s, I believe. So it's a company that has been going for nearly 100 years in some shape or form. I mean, it is truly amazing when you consider the amount of work that used to have to be done with laundry. Prior to this type of machine, people were washing in rivers. Like when I was in Morocco, people were having to do their laundry and it was back-breaking work. Technology has come on so far in the last 100 years when we consider the modern washing machine today, but it is really sad to see that manufacturers now only care about greed, and the lifespan of washing machines today are between 5 and 7 years, but yet this machine at 115 years old is still in fully working condition, and with a bit of TLC it could be used today. Some of the wood is leaking, some of the rubbers are worn, but let's face it, she's a very old girl. Thanks very much indeed for watching the video. Do remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you wish, and remember I'll be doing lots of more videos on the appliance industry on our show feature, which is on our channel, and every time I come across one of these bits of history I will record it where possible. Thanks very much indeed for watching.